Activate.
Do it. I'm not above that.
All right, everybody. Welcome to This Pink Cloud. We are a show on... I kind of hit that we a little hard.
You did.
We.
And your name tag was still uncentered, so I just centered it after I brought it in so people can see me edit it in real time.
Beautimous, dude. You are on fire. Dude. But we are a show that is about multiple pathways to recovery, all kinds of good stuff, mental health, all that stuff. I am DJ Kelly Reverb. There we go. You got it, dude. Perfect. And I think I timed it with there we go.
That was good. That was actually good.
That was a little better.
Yeah.
All right. Everybody give it up for the lady in red, Chad Lamons.
Chafe Lemons. Name's Chafe. Happy to be here.
Happy to be here. Happy to be of service.
I'm a DJ, producer, and hell yeah advocate.
And you should just put I hate Kelly underneath.
I might do that.
You should. You should.
Don't
change
fucking
that.
tempt me with a better time than I'm having now.
Well, okay, I won't. But anyway, let me give this guy a little build up. He is a father of many, literally, and a husband. And what I like to consider the people's champ. He is the king of machismo, and just has a certain swagger about him, little Matthew McConaughey vibes.
He brings a damn good meeting.
Yeah.
He brings a damn good meeting.
And he's well spoken.
I'll give him that. He's very well spoken.
Very well spoken. Everybody
he can
give it
read,
up.
too. He can read.
Dude.
Everybody give it up for Josh W. Jordan. You like how... I threw the W in there. I've been kind of getting away from... Yeah, Wyatt.
Wyatt.
I know what's up,
With
dude.
an E.
Yeah.
Not an A.
Really?
An E.
How did...
Why, wouldn't it be Wyatt?
Dude, you tell me.
Yeah.
I don't make the rules.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just living.
I don't either.
Is that a family name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
3-4 generations back. Now my son, so 5.
Nice.
What was the...
Oh, Anus. Wait, what was the middle
welcome.
name?
The name's Anus Carlisle the Third. I come from a long line of anus.
we were just like...
I'm your Uber driver extraordinaire.
We had we just come up with different characters based on the littlest results. Like I said, dude, okay, so there's a guy and his first name is Anus.
Anus Carlisle White Bottom.
And then we started building characters around that whole thing. Like I built a character around, is that right? And then also, what is it? What do you know about that? And then,
what do you know about that?
And then what's the? Oh yeah, this guy. Now do what?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's there's
a lot of characters.
Build characters around those different things because we're
I got
on
a
the
character.
spectrum of some sort.
Well, he just says well at inappropriate times with no resolution.
I like that. I like
Just
that.
in the middle of people talking, he's like, well.
Dang, dude, it works every time. That's crazy.
I like when I get somebody, when I start going, now do what? And they lean into it because they think I'm being they're like, oh yeah. And then they get a little more into it. And I go, now do what?
You don't say.
Is that right?
Well, it is Texas. You know what I mean? That
Yeah.
could pass.
That
People
is
might
true.
not know you're goofing.
That is true. And that's the fun of it because it's all a goof.
Well,
really.
It's all just a big spoof.
Yeah.
These are just characters we have.
That's right.
We're actually
We have
CIA.
we have actually constructed these characters over
Meticulously.
the last 30 plus years.
Yeah, my mom handed me a script when I was 12, and she was like, "You got to lose your leg and do all this stuff if we're going to get a Hallmark movie."
God.
That's right. Exactly.
And I was like, "Well, Mom, you know best."
It's not
There
too
you
late. Hey, I don't want to derail, but can we we
sure.
go back? I can read.
I know.
And that's a big deal.
That is a big deal.
I've
dude.
worked really hard. I had a couple episodes of my life where I worried that skill, difficultly acquired, was leaving me. And here we are. We can still read. Not stop signs. I'll run those.
Right.
But other things.
Right.
I can read.
Yeah.
And that's a big deal. And I need a little bit more from the world in terms of validation and credit and just affirming.
Well, hey,
for me. So,
by the way, we are glad that you can disseminate words.
Oh.
Yeah.
Disseminate. Somebody's thinking about semen.
On, hey, that's you, buddy. That's where your mind went, not mine. But we are happy that you can disseminate words from the written language. So congratulations.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. Dude, so last time you were on, we kind of hit your backstory. Everybody, I guess give us the elevator pitch on the backstory so we know where you're coming from.
Yeah, cool. I've been in recovery. I'm in my 11th year of recovery right now. And if you don't know, that's like a funny way of saying I have been able to celebrate 10 years of continuous sobriety, meaning the 11th one has started. I don't get credit for it, but if I use the right language, I get to add an extra year,
Right.
And that what that looked like is, 5 treatment centers, probably about $250,000 into cost accrued by my family.
Holy crap, I didn't know that.
A bunch of different, I was trying out different fellowships and pathways and memorizing laminated sheets and posters on the wall and yoga and kale smoothies and self-help books and different things that just nothing really quite, nothing got it fixed. So anyways, 2014, we got sober and life began, and we're just getting started.
Right. Yeah, man. That's rad, dude. Yeah, that's funny. I didn't know that it was that expensive. But did you at least have insurance, or your parents have insurance for you? Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's good. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't out of pocket
completely. A lot of that is deductibles and
right. Sure.
I wouldn't it wouldn't be like the stage is set perfectly. I would have, a outstanding lease full of stuff, and they would get it moved out. They'd break the lease. You know what I mean? Just a lot of,
Right. Would you consider what your parents did enabling?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, and not to fault them. I've got 3 kids now, and,
Right,
God,
and you
God
would
forbid,
honestly, that's a parent's, most parents feel obligated to help their offspring out, even if they are a piece of shit.
I love how I'm not on the same camera as him. So when he just looks this way, they think he's just staring at the wall. They're like, dude, that alcohol really got to his brain. Dude, that's like talking to people that aren't even there.
Wet brain.
That's his DID. He's got multiple personalities.
That's right.
Yeah, dude. For those who want to know, I'm on the other side of the room.
For those that want to know,
Kelly looked to the left. I'm on the right.
Right. Exactly. Wait, hold on. Chad, I was trying to say you're a piece of shit.
Well, fooled you again because I'm on the left.
Oh, damn it, you're over there.
God damn, dude. Can't you remember anything I said?
Anyway, but and that was like a crazy, you started when you were what? How old? Like 15-ish?
Yeah. Like pretty much
15-ish to 30-ish?
Right, preceding my ability to drive without, an adult in the car. We were starting to dabble. We were dabbling. And then for me, it took off real quick. And I, in hindsight, I'm just really sensitive. There's a lot of people out there that can stomach a good long run of alcoholism and addiction.
Man, Chad was
it
good
ain't
at that.
Me.
Yeah.
I'm a baby.
Yeah.
I was scared and I was sick all the time. And I was like,
well, how long were you're active?
I've been sober longer than I was using.
Right. Yeah. So what, like 5 years of using?
Between 5 and 7, depending on what you call.
Right. Yeah, but you went straight to it. You know what
almost.
I mean? It wasn't like you didn't fuck around for 10 years.
You didn't
experiment.
You
were
graduate.
like, if I'm gonna do this, I should probably do it.
Yep.
So, that speaks for itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, we jumped pretty quickly. We jumped in. It was a party at first, and then it was, opiates hit the scene, and we know where that goes.
Right. Well, and then you were also saying that you never snorted cocaine.
Oh.
It was just let's shoot it. Right?
Yeah, off camera. I need to tell a crack story.
Sure.
Here,
the Josh
time?
crack story.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Hey, hold on a second. Let's go. Crack story time.
Crack story time.
That's what we're gonna do every time there's a crack story.
So at the ripe old age of about 17, this would have been preceding my first trip to treatment. I was living with a buddy. We were both just doing everything we could possibly find and trying to like maintain.
Like finding pills on the ground and
literally.
Yeah.
Literally.
Nice.
Like that was kind of, we woke up every day and what can we try new today?
Right.
And in the midst of that had like a habitual, physical dependency on opiates, Oxycontin at the time. But anyways, we were in this kind of shitty little apartment, and we would just be talking to the neighbors. I mean, there'd be some people, drinking out of their trunk in the parking lot. We're like, "What's up?" Anyways,
drinking out of their trunk.
Yeah, just like kicking it in the parking lot, kicking
like
back,
tailgating.
Yeah,
tailgating, but there was no game.
Yeah,
right.
Just tailgating.
This
life.
is Oklahoma, right?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
baby.
This is in Oklahoma,
Yeah,
so that makes perfect sense.
Right.
And anyways,
Oklahoma, America's broom closet.
Okay.
I didn't say that. I said it made sense.
There was a young man, the same as my buddy and I, right? Like, young adult, white dude, like whatever. And I'd never seen cocaine. And he said, I've got the purest cocaine you'll ever find. And do you want it? And, I already told you, we were committed to doing new. I don't care what it was. We'll figure out after what's going to happen.
Right.
And I was like, hell yeah, brother, what do you want for that? And I don't know what he said. Probably, he ripped us off, I bet. But what ended up now today, right, 8 to 10 years as a treatment professional, right, many more years of different drugs and whatever. Today I get to know that I had a pretty large crack rock.
Oh, okay.
That was described to me as the purest cocaine anyone's ever seen. And that's why it's clumped up like that, because it's so pure. And I'm
right.
like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And dude, razor blade in hand, my roommate and I are chopping up this crack rock and trying to make lines out of it, and it's sticking to everything. Our fingers, the razor, the glass we were on, dude. And I'm like, well, how do you snort this? You know? And we find whatever you do to snort, we grab that and it's sticking to that, dude. It's just the stickiest, messiest, whatever. And by the end of this thing, dude, we're like having to just kind of rub it up there. It's like sticking to everything.
You got to get a Q-tip, dude.
And all that happened is our face went numb because we couldn't quite get it all the way up in there.
Into the bloodstream.
Yeah, dude.
All right.
So don't waste crack.
You're right, exactly.
Boys and girls.
Smoke
Probably
crack.
don't do it first, but also
That's an important message.
important takeaway is don't try to snort your crack. That's the takeaway.
Yeah.
And then
Josh just said don't waste
do it.
crack.
Right, yeah.
Josh is on the internet on camera for life saying don't waste crack.
That's good. That's good.
That's good
Well,
advice.
I mean, that does good for your, your job and your all that good stuff. Speaking of that, like I wanted to get into, because God, dude,
hell of a segue there. Dude. That was good.
Thank you. But the whole Cardinal House thing.
Yeah.
Because so when you came on, it was like in the old building 2-3 years ago, and you had a friend named, we'll call him Nikki for now. You and Nikki had a. Y'all were both just starting up Cardinal House, or had y'all had it for like a
November of 2017 we started.
And that was obviously a sober living facility that you wanted to have that had certain criteria you had to follow.
Strict.
And I mean, would you consider it strict?
Comparatively speaking,
I bet Chad would be able to describe it more honest as whether or not it's strict.
But let's just get how it was back then.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, okay, what phase were you in when we first crossed paths?
Yeah, I mean, I learned a lot of that the hard way. There were a couple people I called, hey, we're doing this, what should we do? And some friendly and helpful people weighed in. But in the big picture, in hindsight, I had no experience in this kind of world of addiction treatment at any level of care. And so a lot of hard-learned lessons came in the beginning. Specifically, maybe the most important was communication with the organizations that would refer these clients to us, right? They build rapport with the family. They vet out these aftercare options. And then they, with the trust of these individuals and families, they're saying, hey, this is a great place you should go. And then once they come to us, was it a great place? Yes. Like the first round of 8 guys that we had, I think half of them are still sober today.
Right. And
That's
you
dope.
just had like one house at the time?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, we just rented a house up in Plano, but what I didn't do, and what I didn't even consider doing, is like, hey, we should keep those residential treatment programs up to date with how their alumni is doing. And then if that person's not doing good, is it possible that for the 30, 45, 60, 90 days they were in treatment, that treatment team built a relationship with family and the individual, and maybe there's somebody there that could make a really impactful phone call in the midst of us needing some help supporting this person.
Right.
And we never created that opportunity for the first 2 years we were open, 3 years we were open. And, and like us, we do that really well now, and it's changed the game, because instead of it being a treatment team of just us, the administration team there, now the treatment team in every case where somebody comes from a rehab, that treatment team extends all the way into, as counselor and treatment and discharge coordinator, alumni, all those people. So anyways.
Right.
So what phase were we in? Yeah, we were learning. We were still learning. And we were having really good results. We were, within a month of opening that first house, it was full, all 8 guys plus the house manager.
Right.
It was so many phone calls that we quickly opened a second and then a third. So within 2 years, we got 3 houses, and we just couldn't do that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot to take on as, one individual or one of the responsible parties in the relationship. Yeah. Right. So, I mean,
2 houses is a lot.
Yeah. I mean, the maintenance, though. I mean, like, what are some of the things that you have realized that you didn't expect going in?
Washers, dryers, and dishwashers are used 4 times as much, if not more, than a single-family residence.
Yeah.
So, in the way of, and no different than myself in my young adult years getting sober, I never had my own place. I mean, I had that apartment, right? And then I had a different one that could have been likened to a trap house. But understanding what not to put in a garbage disposal to clean out your lint trap in your dryer, like seemingly simple things, changing the air filter in the air conditioning system.
Do not put hand soap in the dishwasher That's
Stuff
a big
like
one.
that. Yeah.
Sure.
So, intervening with guys and supporting them and learning those kind of life skills, which seems so silly, but I mean, nothing about what we're doing isn't about the next step, right? What are you doing when you leave? And but anyways, we've come a hell of a long way since then. I mean, I've been able to bring in some other guys, and we have kind of a whole administrative team built out now.
You got case managers and stuff now too, right?
Right.
Yeah.
We've partnered with some software that helps the guys kind of keep track and be honest about meeting attendance and UA results. Like if somebody's dealing with court stuff or trying to earn trust with their wife or family or something, like this software randomizes the administration of UAs for us so that we never forget, we never don't. And then it's tracked electronically. Maintenance requests within the house. And then like Chad brought up, we have case management, which comparatively cost-wise is some of the cheapest that I've found, but not at the expense of efficacy. So
I mean, for me, like when I was actually working in recovery, I was at Chapter House. It was a very structured environment, like, and they had like the houses where you would graduate from house 1 to 2 to 3, and you would gain more freedoms as you went along. So, I mean, with that comparison, how is y'all's show run as far as what y'all do and what you offer?
We're no Chapter House for sure.
Right.
but we do have a phasing system. I mean, there are providers more like that, you know. I mean,
A burning tree model.
Some would call it like an extended care or a transitional living, wherein the transition from residential treatment is slowed more greatly, maybe for somebody with, I don't know. But a lot of them will use us as a step down. And then even within our community, because now we're up to 4 facilities, we've got the case manager, we've got the software. Now we have an entire house for guys to step down into where they get their own room. They get a lot more freedom, but there's still oversight. There's still structure. And there's even like a time limit on that of only 6 months. So it's like, hey, if you weren't already preparing for the next step, day one here, you're putting money away, you're cleaning the credit up, you're right. Like 6 months is a pretty normal runway of like, I'm going to get my own place if you're living with mom and dad or whatever.
Yeah, and I mean that affords guys that have like lost their driver's license or never got their driver's license time to sort all that stuff out while they're not navigating the streets.
For sure.
Yeah.
And 60 to 90 days ago, we received our 501c3 status from the state of Texas.
Hey, so are we, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
but have you done it with the IRS? Okay.
Yeah. We're the only thing pending is a board meeting, which is actually this Friday, our first ever meeting of the board.
Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah. So we figured, you know, if we're going to be broke for 7 years, 8 years, let's just relinquish control, potentially get out of the way, right? I'm going to continue to operate as much as the board sees fit. But I mean, for all I know, I'm the thing that kept this from impacting more men than we have already.
Right.
I don't know.
And it's not like you were, I mean, did you? I mean, when you went into the business, was it like, oh, dude, we can, you know, stack paper?
Yeah.
Did you go into it thinking
that
that
wasn't
or was
the
it
one.
really like, hey, I can help people? Because, I mean, with me and this show, like, I mean, I just did it as an asset because I saw so much interesting stuff inside the meetings, and I thought if I could bring a little bit of that out, and all the crazy stories that go with recovery, you know, that it would be just an asset or a tool to somebody that's, you know, maybe afraid to go into a meeting. So, were you a piece of shit, Josh?
No, I mean, no more than.
I mean, yeah, obviously, everybody would like to make a living at something, which Chad and I both don't do at this or music.
Yeah.
You know, we just do it because that's what we want to do.
I'll be honest. I'm currently in the most ambitious season of my entire life.
Okay.
And
financially,
yeah,
and that makes sense because you now have
3 under 3,
three baby birds.
We got childcare, we got diapers, we got formula.
Yeah,
we got.
They're already driving race cars.
Yeah, right.
I didn't know babies were legally driving
That's right.
F1
yes,
cars.
especially if they're twins.
Well, and so with my kids, with the formula, because they're being formula fed right now, we actually put creatine in it, so there's accruing even more cost.
I like it.
That's
Yeah, of course.
Because they'll be stiff
Dude,
as fuck by the time
kids
they're 3.
are jacked, dude. Yeah.
Fucking.
Now, are the twins
Original
girls?
Batman suit with their necks.
Yeah. What's up, Mom? They are. They're girls. They're beautiful little girls. Gemma and Cece, and then their older brother Lyle.
Right.
Is about to be 3.
There's a splitting image of you, dude. Or spitting or splitting. I don't know. What's the word?
It's
spitting
image.
Jamie, pull that up for us.
Jamie, pull up words.
So.
But, okay, you asked, did I get into sober living to make money? Yeah, I mean, the answer is yes, but I'm not. I don't want a yacht. I never want a yacht. Like, let's pretend that the universe sees fit that I become a wealthy individual. I'm still the type. Like, you won't find me on a yacht with a Rolex watching people suffer. You know what I mean? So, I don't have any kind of contention.
I will be on a yacht with a Tag Heuer. And
with a what?
Tag Heuer, like the
Tag watches.
Tag watches. That's another
Oklahoma.
It's another fancy brand.
Sorry,
they don't have those in Oklahoma. I don't know.
You should get a fake Rolex. I bought one the other day off DH.
He's got a Folex.
Is it?
It has real Rolex parts. It's fake. It's $70.
It's called a what?
It's a real Rolex. Well, it's
Folex.
Yeah, it's fake, but it's got the real Rolex parts on it. $70. I'll show you where to get it.
Sweet.
It's sick.
Well, I know what happens is, and this comes up all the time, and there is one currently in existence where one of our first house managers, one of our early house managers, as we were moving out of a house, he got with the landlord and said, "Hey, I want to stay here and keep doing this," and now he has his own. But I think what happens is, the guys will sit and they'll look around and say $1,000 a month. I got a fucking roommate.
Yeah, they'll do all the
roommates,
math.
and these guys are making a killing.
Yeah, Chad was doing that,
and it's not always wrong, right? But what isn't accounted for is like, can you get people in here? What does the insurance look like? What do the utility bills look like, depending on the house? Like, we're really getting screwed in one of them, and anyways, there's just some pieces to it that.
Well, I definitely think, I mean, occupancy is a thing because, like, when I was at Chapter House, that the occupancy dropped below X amount for, long enough time to where it was like, okay, well, we got to furlough some people, so
right,
and it's tough to keep the bed's full, so to speak.
Well, that's the cool thing about all the staff working for free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have to furlough. We can just do what I'm about to say might have sounded like a slant at Chapter. It's not at all. But we've consistently put ourselves in a position to do the right thing over what the financially sound thing was. If it meant 4 guys got to go, 4 guys got to go. I don't care what the census is.
Right.
We're committed to providing a space that's
a safe space
Yeah. And that, is not a comment about any other space or community or anything like that.
Now, Chad, did you feel that it was hardcore when because I mean, Chad has an attitude, period. Right. But when he, honestly, when I got, dude, I was like, talking you up.
Told you wouldn't expect it, you piece of shit.
I was talking you up and talking about Cardinal and all that stuff. And like, Josh Jordan, that guy's a dick. And
Josh talked to me. He was one of the first people to talk to me about sober living stuff.
But I
was real with him, and he was real with me.
Yeah.
He was like, well, it got to be honest with you, man. If you're upset with the whole AA thing because of what happened in treatment, he's like, it's probably not the place for you, and you can find other places. And I was like, I went away from that and I was like, man, fuck that guy, dude. But it was like, looking back at it, it's just, I had no idea who this guy was, and he's like not trying to sell me on this thing.
But he doesn't want me. He doesn't want me. Well, fuck him.
Well, so actually a lot of that worked for me wanting to go to meetings after what happened when I left treatment between you and your buddy. I used some of it as like spite, like I'm gonna show these motherfuckers, and it just like lit the flame. And now I do exactly like what the entire time they were like,
now you've been
this is what you should do. Now I do all that stuff.
Now you've been indoctrinated and I went into the cult.
Yeah. I didn't even drink any Kool-Aid, but they touched me.
Right. Well,
but anyways.
Bonus.
I had to say that. But no, I was in a sober living, and it's a great sober living that I was in. It's but it was like much less restricted.
Structure.
Much less structured than Cardinal is, and I like we were talking about last episode, like there was a lot of things I learned there, and like a lot of it was what not to do,
right?
Because there was people that had been there for a few years, stuff like that just, and like no shame on any of that. It's fucking cheap rent, dude. Why not? But like I was going to all these meetings and doing all this stuff, and the only thing that was required at that time was
UA.
It was like UAs and breathalyze every night, all that stuff, and
don't vape in the house.
I think that was one of the requirements.
Right.
Have I ever listened to any of that? No.
Probably not.
Not anywhere, dude. I'm just gonna hold it in.
But it was good. But at your house that you were at, I know there was guys that went out and ended up dying and shit like that.
Yeah, well, that happens everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm just saying.
I will say, though, because I work at a place now that refers people to Josh's house, and I do spend quite a bit of time actually at that Plano house because I know a few people that have lived there.
What he means is Chad sponsors the world.
Right.
I don't know what you're talking about.
He does, dude. Chad does.
You need to chill out.
No,
But
dude, I
did you
sweat him
just break
about
my
that.
anonymity, dude?
I know I sweat him about that.
Yes.
About over
Josh sponsors the fucking
over
world, dude.
sponsoring, but both of you guys have you're at least 5+ dudes. Chad's about 5+ dudes, and I mean I think it can get, depending on who you're sponsoring, that can get a bit taxing to have that, and then to have a day job, and then to have kids, and then to have all of this stuff.
I was asked a simple question one time by my sponsor, and he was like, "Does it hurt yet?" And I was like, "Well, no." He was like, "All right, well, call me when it fucking hurts."
I'm not gonna take.
He's like, "Call me when it hurts," and I was like, "He's fucking right, dude."
Hell yeah.
Like
dude.
all the time I've wasted, all the like, come on, dude,
Bro.
Like, so you won't help? Cool, let's help if I can.
I was gonna take it down a P. Diddy road. Does it hurt yet?
Who's that?
I don't know.
Can you give us a little backstory on who that is?
Well, now P. Diddy is actually an entrepreneur, and
I believe he's in recovery now that he's
Right.
entered a Manhattan Correctional Institution.
right?
No,
Anyway, hey, let's go to commercial.
Hold
Are we?
What were you gonna say?
Yeah.
Well, just in alignment with what you were saying, does it hurt yet? There's my sponsor's old sponsor makes a joke, or made a joke once. I don't know if it's a consistent thing, but somebody's like, "Mike, how many guys you sponsor right now?" And Mike, allegedly a man of few words. I haven't spent much time with him. He's looks up, ponders some. He looks back at the guy. He says, "Probably about half of them." And so, like, yeah, cool. I got 5 guys. 2 of them,
All right.
both of which Chad knows, ain't doing shit.
Right.
And I'm hitting them up once a week, like, where are we at? What are we doing? And I'm the dude that's got a month-old set of twins.
Yeah.
Like, miss me, dude. Like, there's no time. Like, I'm not powerful enough, but there is a participation on my behalf for the healing of a lot of people.
Yeah.
And, like, what am I going to do? Hide in my house and say, well, I don't want to get too busy. I don't know what that mark is, but I better not risk it. Like, what the fuck's the risk?
Yeah,
Right.
dude, what am I gonna sit around fucking watch Instagram videos for the hour instead of not fucking meeting with somebody?
End up
dude? Who
more
gives a
miserable
shit?
about my life as a result.
Yeah, dude. Not about it.
All right. Cool.
Commercials.
All right, commercials.
All
Hey, well, we've got your mom, little Sheila.
Who? Lil Sheila?
Little Sheila, and she
Hey,
got
Lil Sheila.
She got a book out, and it is called To Call.
Phone call as a parent that your son has been hit by a car and is being life flighted.
2 hours before we got the call, Chad had called me to tell me it was the best day of his life. And then I get another call, and a stranger had found him, and they were care flighting him to a trauma unit, and that he would start praying for our family that we needed to hurry.
You know, when you wake up on the operating table and they're like, we're going to cut off both your legs. And then I wake up and then one's gone, the other one's in an external rod system. It's just not good. The real kicker is that I've had like all of these scars all over my arms, and that's all from complications resulting from drug abuse.
I never thought about giving up on him. Never. This is my son, and I know he's going to be okay. You cannot just have help for the addict. You have to seek out professional help. The whole family has been affected.
And I just want to make that very clear to anybody who's out there listening, that if I can do this thing as much as I've been through, man, there's a lot of wiggle room for people before they get to that point where they can do it too.
All right. And that book is called Two Calls. And if you go to twocalls.org, that will take you where you can actually purchase the book. And then also it has your email, your mama's email, because y'all do speaking engagements, correct?
Yes. No, we do speaking stuff.
Oh, you do speaking
I don't know why
stuff.
you call it engagements. I've never been married.
I don't know. The speaking
But
stuff.
yeah,
was
no,
better.
we go around and talk to different groups, and it's like it's all geared like kind of towards families, and it's a big story of like enabling hope and finding faith. That's what the main gist of the book is, as I understand it. And
So I have heard.
so I've heard.
This
and,
book is about me, but
And dude, she's just one of those people that just
she's infectious.
gives her life.
She is a
to
firecracker.
others.
Yeah.
And this was part of her healing journey, and it's fantastic to
Right.
see, you know, the relationship that we have now and all this other stuff that's going on because of it. And It's, man, if we can help anybody, just, reach out to us, twocalls.org. My email's on there.
Cool.
Her email's on there.
All right.
all
And
that
then
stuff.
and then we also have some music out right now.
What's it called?
It's called Tonight Is.
My mind's all over you, your hands all over me. Won't give you up and all yours faithfully. My mind's all over you, you won't get over me. Tonight I'm alright.
All right. And that song is called Tonight I'm All Right.
Yes, not,
Tonight is all right,
yeah.
which I said during the song, so it didn't matter. But anyway,
No, you
that's-
said it before. I made sure you said it before.
That's
So
sweet.
people are gauging your mental health.
Oh, okay, cool.
It gets it's getting worse.
It is, dude.
By the
It's
minute.
just going downhill each episode. You'll see me deteriorate.
He's like, didn't I
Just a
have? Didn't I
little
have
bit.
water? What's the show called again?
Right.
Who am I?
What is this?
I'm
The
Kelly.
the punk
Wait,
Cloud. Anyway, all that stuff's streaming on Spotify, Apple Music, all that good stuff. Be sure and follow us, and then also follow the show if you can.
yeah, this show's good.
Appreciate
Not if you
ya.
can. If you're
Yeah.
watching this right now,
Follow.
you
No,
click
stop right now
Yeah.
and follow.
Call
the
to
show.
action, baby. Come on.
Subscribe.
Yeah, man.
Subscribe.
Hey, man.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna get like
Follow the show,
Yeah, right.
or I'm gonna cut off my other leg, brother.
We're gonna get like
Yeah.
Alex Jones. I'm gonna turn all the frogs gay.
Hold on. Will you hold your breath before you say it
I
so
will
you're
hold
good
them.
and bright and red, and then do it again?
Right. Well, so anyway, so we were talking about the kind of, I guess we were alluding to structure of what was going on, like at your, I guess y'all have 3 houses or 4 now?
4.
And where are they located?
Dallas, Richardson, Plano, and Frisco.
Okay. And if they, let's go ahead and give, if they want to look you up or get a hold to see if, Cardinal's a good fit for them, where can they do that real quick?
CardinalHouseRecovery.com.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It'll work as long as the internet's on.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and then let's get, I know Chad with his internet,
It's important
with
today.
Chad's internet.
The
quips.
stupid the bit is like, if the internet's not working, how would they hear this? You know what I mean? So they wouldn't even hear the warning about the internet being off.
Wow,
So it's just
dude.
this giant conundrum, dude.
That is
and that word
giant.
conundrum is a conundrum. That's how they came up with it. It's a lot of deep shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's hurry this up because I got to take a conundrum.
See, like that's
I'm
like
just kidding. Anyway, do you like that one?
Yeah, that was good.
All right. So, but you've got like different structure there more so than other folks.
I don't know. I know what we do. In the last episode you had me on, we were talking a little bit about, fundamentally what are we after in 12-step recovery, and just
Well, and y'all are 12-step based. So
Yeah.
that in and of itself is not necessarily how all sober living houses are run.
right. And just a quick note, if it matters. Thank God they're not all like that, because if they were all doing this, if we all did the same thing, there'd be lots of people that wouldn't get better.
Yeah,
you
sure.
know? Yeah, I mean, we've been given a hard time by buddies of mine who are doing other things that
Right.
would take certain things a little too serious, and
Sure.
but yeah, like at its core, I believe that there is an experience to be had through a very specific set of instructions.
That was written in 1939.
Well, and that would enable each individual that participates enthusiastically in it, or even compliant enough
Right.
in it, to be transformed, to be changed, and to gather a little more autonomy over their life, and not in like the traditional sense. I know we'd surrender of the will, but
Hey, I got a question
Yeah.
for Chad, actually. So what, because I know when you were in jail, I mean, you were probably just going through the motions. whatever.
I went to AA to get out of the fucking pod.
Yeah, exactly. So at what point, or what was the turning point for you with the 12 steps in AA? Like, at what point did you go, oh, yeah, these people might know what the fuck they're talking about?
Well, the first experience that I had with any 12-step program, my parents had brought me to an AA meeting or an NA meeting in Allen, where I then argued about how heroin was good for me. You know what I mean? And hated it. And then I went back to that group not that long ago, and I was like, man, this is crazy. But when I was in there, I had a friend, shout out Luke. I need to reach out to him. He was going to the feds for 8 years, and he started going to AA meetings.
Okay.
And I was like, what the fuck would you do that for? And I was in a program pod, right? Because I got lucky. And I didn't ask to go there. And about, 19 months in, I had a court date, and like I was supposed to get released, and then my lawyer didn't show up, and then the judge didn't reschedule it. And I'm like, dude, nothing's working. I give up. And that night I was like, I just give up. And I saw him go into that meeting the next day. So I went into that meeting, and it was dudes on the screen during COVID who had used like me for sure. Some of them drank like Dr. J, that guy. So
like
he was
Kelly.
You know what I mean? Doing that every now and then, because you can tell. And I could just tell, dude. And they were all like, yeah, we've all been there. And I was like, still not ready to listen. But I noticed, I was like, why the fuck would these people do that if they're not being paid? Why is my friend going to this and he's about to go do 8 years?
Right.
Right. And then when I went to, shout out Brazos, man, they do some incredible work there. When I went there, it was all 12-step based, and I was fighting it the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
And they looked at me,
hating it.
and it wasn't some of the stuff that was said to me, they wouldn't be able to say at the place I work now, but they were like, do you not fucking realize that you're going to die? Like, do you not realize, have you not seen that yet?
Right.
And I'm like, meh, 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 meh. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I get out of there. And
you were channeling your inner
I
Chad.
get out of there, and it's fire. Like, my ass was on fire. It had to be.
Right.
I had a choice. I could either get high, or I could go figure out a sober living situation and do all this other stuff. And I just started doing that. And then I was like, fuck it, I feel weird. They told me to go to a meeting if I feel weird. And I found a home group. And the next thing you know, here we are.
Well, it's funny because
I had to give up.
Man, yeah, but I saw some heavy resistance against the 12 steps.
Yeah.
Like when he was coming out, and because I was in touch with him even while he was on the inside. This is a great story. He tried to get me to co-sign his bond while he was inside.
He blamed his wife.
Well,
he's like, she won't let me.
No, I go like this.
He never even asked her.
Yeah, of course, dude. Because first off, you're fucking where you need to be, dude. And then I go, yeah, of course I'm gonna put it off on Waverly. I don't think she's gonna think that's a good idea, buddy. I don't think that one's gonna work for us right now at this time. If I sign my junkie friend's bond to get out, which his parents won't even sign for him to get out. So,
hey,
but
a quick note.
Yeah,
we've just identified the second column.
Yeah. What's
What?
that?
When you go to write inventory finally on Kelly, second column would not co-sign my bond.
Oh, I don't give a shit about that. Was on my 4-step.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm on.
You already did?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So it's already worked on, baby.
Okay, cool.
That's why I can and be with him.
That's
why I can even tolerate him.
Right.
So
No, but I mean, because I noticed it was pretty crazy how now you're, I wouldn't say Captain AA, but you're
I'll never want to do that.
but you're an active member, and you're like all the time going to meetings and sponsoring a lot of dudes. And
well, I'm now in the business of witnessing miracles happen, and I've you can go lick a toad and meet God or whatever. Or there's 12 things you can do that have been proven to work to get some sort of connection going. You know what I mean? And they're in order for a reason. And I see that last a lot longer than people just licking toads.
right.
And it's much more meaningful.
Sure.
And they're not trying to talk to aliens and smoking meth afterward. You know what I mean?
I got
Some
a
of 'em
question.
do.
I got a question for both of you guys. So how do y'all? Because I mean, obviously, back when I was first going to meetings, there were certain people that I was like, oh, that guy's cool. you know, I kind of gravitate towards them. Maybe I'll, you know, and these people would, you know, go, oh, well, yeah, I have too many right now and blah, 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 or whatever. And then I finally just quit fucking asking, you know, and I was just like, whatever. So how do you guys decide on, you know, if you'll be a good fit for them as a sponsor? Ooh.
You want to take that first?
I just share my number and make sure they give me theirs because they probably won't remember.
No, but I mean,
calling.
are there guys that you would go, hey, look, I just had twins. I have 10 guys I'm covering right now. Right now is not a good fit.
Yeah,
Do you ever say no?
We had an instant like that where, you know, a week before they came, I'd been working with a guy and we'd just gotten him to his 4th step, which
Right.
admittedly there's a lot of work for you to do without me.
Right.
You know, call me, whatever, if we FaceTime, go over whatever, meet, go over the specifics. But he had a lot of work to be done and I didn't necessarily need to be there. And so we got him plugged in with a buddy of mine and all the people that I was able to identify in the program he's in who would have written it the same way I did, said, call all these people, and by the time you're done, I'll be available to spend a few hours listening.
Okay.
So
you give them a little pre-assignment
yeah,
to.
there's almost never really like a hard no.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
And how about you?
Well, I was explained that I don't get to choose who I help. If somebody asks me for help, that's a pretty courageous thing. And if they want me to fucking help, like, goddamn, dude.
Yeah, what
they
is
must
wrong?
be fucking
They
really
must be
struggling.
fucked up.
If they look at me and they're like, I want what that guy has, man, they must be fucked. So I'm there.
Nice.
You know what I mean? That's what
Okay.
it comes down to.
All
It's
right.
like, and you know, like a lot of it, dude, they'll weed themselves out. I
Yeah.
probably have fucking like 30 people that are like, oh, Chad's my sponsor. I talked to fucking 5 of them.
Right.
You know what I mean? And
Right.
then there's like a few of them that are actually doing stuff. And it's just like,
Right.
Well, and it's for me, it's no different than like, dude. I mean, like I post on social media a lot, and you know, I'm in really good shape. Building a big, beautiful family. My wife is gorgeous and awesome. Work stuff's going good enough. Like everything, dude. I'm living a dream.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
And I just have all sorts of people like, oh, I need to get back in the gym, or oh, we spot like whatever.
Right.
And it's like, dude, I'll help you with anything.
Mm-hmm.
But it don't matter. Like, you're not willing to do half the shit that I do on a bad day.
Right.
I promise.
Yeah.
You know?
You don't got it in you, pussy.
And I'm not on some like David Goggins, you know what I mean? Like, I'm going to suffer just for the
Right.
sake of suffering. But like, I do stuff on a daily basis that it puts me in a different position than I used to be in.
Uh-huh.
And most people aren't willing to do half of it. And
Right.
It's just it. But I'll share it with you.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was just like one of those things that I didn't know that if y'all had like specific things like of, you know, like, okay, I don't think this guy wants it. Or if you've got like a kind of a radar for people, like where you're like, are you really serious about it? Or are you just saying it because you think you need to do that, you know?
Yeah.
So,
No.
They'll take care of that themselves.
Yeah, they
I
weed
don't gotta
out.
do any firing.
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's funny that you say that because, yeah, I guess people that aren't really doing the work will just eventually,
Not do the work.
not
If
do
you
the
don't-
work
if
and
you don't-
fall off.
And you know, Senor Rigdon says this a lot.
Right.
And it's like, dude, if you don't believe in your whole heart that you're going to fucking die, why would you follow something that's in a book to help you?
Right.
Like, if you just don't, like, why would you fucking do that stuff? If you
Right.
still have, dude, and there was I forget his name, but there was a guy, and he used to tell me, he's like, well, you got any good ideas? When they'd ask him to sponsor him, and they're like, well, yeah. And it's like, okay, well, call me when you're out of them, you know? And it's one of those things, dude, because, like my fucking best ideas, dude, ended me up, like, committing felonies and fucking with these insane scars on my arms, dude.
Right.
Like my fucking,
And he
my
used to,
thinking's
and he had a
fucked.
best friend that was a little person, dude. So how legit is that, dude?
That's
Yeah, dude, I found
Named
out.
Shorty.
I found out the other day he got hit by a car when he was panhandling.
Oh,
Died.
wow. Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Rest in peace, Shorty, man.
Yeah. Pour one on the block, bro. But anyway.
I'm gonna go buy a 40 just to dump it out.
Yeah, right.
Could be cool.
So like as far as what we were talking about, your space, recovery, all that, you know, I don't know.
They do have kind of a phase level, right?
Oh, yeah.
Where you meet these specific requirements to have curfews.
What? How does
all
that
stuff.
roll? How does the
For the first 30 days, it's
no phones?
no. You can have your phone, you can have your car. Like, we want you to have every tool you need to get a job, meet with your sponsor, find a home group. You've got those
Hook
things.
up with your plug. Right. Yeah.
No, don't do
No,
that.
no, dude. Yeah.
Wait, dude, I thought you said don't waste crack earlier.
Yeah, no.
I'm going to clip that
We're
and
gonna
send it to
edit
you
this
every time I
together.
see you. I'm going to send you that, dude.
Pull that out of here.
Right.
That's not good. Yeah, for the first month, it's a little strenuous, and then
Okay.
after that, it chills out. You can stay out later, take overnight, weekend-long passes, you know, one less meeting a week, and then after 3 months, I mean, we ask you to be committed for 3 months. It's not a lease. No one's going to chase you down for money if you leave early or whatever.
Right.
But what we don't want is
Somebody being disruptive of other people in the working a program.
no, dude. What we don't want, like, sober living, kind of sucks. I don't care where you are. I don't care how nice the house is. And that's the nature of alcoholism and addiction is, like, as somebody who went through it many times, there's not a whole lot of illnesses in the world where you get mad at the people trying to heal you.
Yeah.
But ours, bro, you're in opposition. You're an oppressor. You're doing this to me. And I get it. You know what I mean? There's a lot of, like, behavioral kind of intervention around what it doesn't matter. The point is, it's not fun and it's not necessarily easy. And though we try, you know, we'll do a paintball tournament before the year's out that we've done every year, and that's really fun. And we'll start doing more unity events for fundraising and whatever. We have fun, but it can be a thing. So this 90-day mark, we have a little coin out ceremony. Talk good about somebody, and we're proud of you, and we watched you overcome this or that, or, you know, we watch these guys change in the midst of a circumstance of living, you know, at least logistically, that's less comfortable than an alternative, right? Having your own room, or
Right.
not sharing a bathroom with a few other guys or whatever. And so it's a big deal. And if instead we had no commitment of a minimum length of stay, there'd be maybe a bunch of guys running around DFW or a greater span saying, I'm an alumni of Cardinal House. And it's like, dude, the fuck you are. You earned that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many people now that you've been open, how many people would you say have that you've successfully helped? Like, I mean, ballpark.
Dude, what does that mean?
Well, like, I mean, that are actively sober and thriving now.
I don't even know how to quantify that.
Yeah.
I know that it's significant, and
Yeah.
I know that even, you know,
If you were a part of their journey, you know. Yeah.
countless.
Yeah.
I and our community, separately and together, have had an impact on literally countless people.
Oh, yeah. And then the other thing I wanted to touch on is you were with Brazos.
Yeah.
And then now who are you with, and how did that happen?
Yeah. 9 months ago, I started working with an organization called TNR Recovery Group.
And TNR stands for?
Thomas and Roy.
Okay.
That group is a network of detox and residential treatment programs. The one we've got in Arizona is more geared towards trauma and mental health, and then all of the programs we have here in Texas, which are Cypress Lake Recovery, Origins Texas Recovery, Hannah's House, and then we have 2 outpatient, like IOPs. Those are all geared towards SUD specifically. So that's been really cool. It was 9 months ago. It was a really difficult decision for me. I mean, Chad knows, I know, special things happen at Brazos.
Yeah.
And so that process, it was a very long conversation that started with, hey, would you ever consider leaving, coming and doing this? Nah, I'm really good, dude. I fucking love it
Well,
here.
and you were actually a client of Brazos as well, no?
No.
You went elsewhere?
No, I'm a Burning Tree Ranch alumni.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And a Valley Hope, too, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, I went to treatment a few places. The wedding yesterday, alumni of that spot.
Oh, really? That's tight.
Stole a van from them.
Oh, that was
Hell
that
yeah.
place,
Oh,
dude?
yeah, baby.
Dude.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a good story.
Yeah, I don't know, when they're able to press charges. You know,
How long
they know
the
about
statute?
it. I've
How long
gone
the
up there
statute
and-
of limitations?
Dude, I went up and made amends to the clinical director and all that. So.
Right.
Anyways, but yeah, TNR is good. I'm a clinical outreach rep, which essentially just means like I just run around this community and try and get with every mental health care, addiction treatment provider and say, hey, we exist and we're really, really good at helping people. And because we are. Oh, what I was saying is that decision to leave Brazos was difficult for two reasons. I don't want to be. A lot of my friends and colleagues are unfortunately have been put in a position to like go do different jobs at different places.
Sure.
A lot, and I want to avoid that. But also, the client care is really, really important to me. So it took a long time. I went out, I met with the clinical director, and I asked her for some stories about, her favorite experiences at Cypress, working there, and kind of the same when we acquired all the Origins programs. But with that, it was a little easier. I've known about Origins for a decade, and, they used to send clients to Cardinal, and I've just known a lot about that group of programs, and so that made it easy, and it's been awesome. It's been really, really cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
And once again, give it the old plug if somebody wants to get a hold of you or, maybe possibly look into having someone. And it's all guys, right? It's
Which one?
just,
What?
Cardinal
House
Yeah.
is all men, yeah.
All men.
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
Cardinal House is cardinalhouserecovery.com, and then the work group I'm a part of, we got several websites, but end of the day, easiest way to get a hold of me is my cell phone,
Okay.
918-998-4223.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I won't say it. Send special pictures, please.
Oh, don't do that. Please don't do that.
Or just
What the fuck?
text Josh and ask him what he's wearing.
No, don't do that. Give me a black eye at home, dude. My wife's fired.
Anyway, but I appreciate you coming on, dude, and I'm glad you're doing well, and I'm glad the business is thriving because it is a tumultuous business to be in, as such recovery.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Probably need more of them.
Well, there you go, dude. Just start one up, Chad.
No. If somebody else wants to, I'd be happy to talk with them about it.
I would be
but I'm
happy
not
to
start one.
I would be happy to bring a meeting once a week to your place, and that's it.
Do
But
something
anyway,
like that.
dude, thanks.
Yeah,
thanks for
thanks
coming
for
on.
having me.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Chadwick, as always, appreciate it. Next week, dude, I'm excited. We've got Radio Dave and his wife. They're actually in Canada. I'm excited about that. Yeah. All right. Okay, so you're indifferent.
Oh, he's doing the thing, dude. Yeah, it got me again every time.
It did
I'm
me
like,
too. I was
well, what?
Yeah, dude, there's no resolution. It's just
well. No, and then you just kind of like,
Awful.
Or you say that's what they say.
well,
And when they're saying the word "and," you're like, "That's what they say." And they're like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And you just act like you never said anything.
that's what they say.
It's a good character.
That's what they say.
I don't like it.
I like it, dude. I'm gonna lean into that.
Or you just say "well" and then you look straight up,
Yeah.
like there's something coming from the sky. That's a good one, dude.
Oh, dude, that's like the Instagrams where people do the duck by people.
Yeah.
Like they act like something's gonna hit them, and people will just automatically do what they're doing.
I just
Like
saw
you
one.
Start running.
I just saw one where there was a dude and he was like fucking acting like he was like, "Oh, duck, duck," and he's got a baseball glove in his hand on a boardwalk.
Nice.
People like, "Oh no." He's like, I caught it. You guys are good." And they're like, "What the fuck? Why are you throwing baseballs?" He's like, "Sorry, I caught it."
That's funny. Anyway, but next week, Radio Dave and his wife Caitlin, all the way from it is Alberta, Canada.
Yeah, that's what they
is
say.
the province they are from, and there'll be a lot of fun. But remember, kids, like, subscribe, all that stuff, and remember, there is no magic pill for sobriety because if there was, we would all take too many.